Podcast. Hello and welcome to the Brew Games Podcast, episode 8, titled Fishing for Goblins. I'm Joe Evans.
I'm Adam Eliason.
And I'm Daryll.
Daryll, nice. We're doing this podcast because Joe and I each have a large collection of Steam games that most of them we got on sale because they were like $2, $5, and then ended up never playing them. So now we get together and challenge each other to play some of those unplayed games, and there's some beer involved. We try to challenge each other to try some beers we've never tried as well. So today we have a guest, Daryll, our second guest.
Second's the best. I'm sorry. I just gotta put that out there.
And we should mention that Daryll is in the same predicament as us when it comes to our Steam list of games.
He sure does.
Yeah, I've got the 512, I think, in my Steam list.
Just much more than I have.
Yeah. I'm around 250, I think, or something around there, so...
Yeah, that doesn't include any of my, console games or anything like that.
It made it very easy to pick a game for you to play, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you go, alphabetical and then first one?
No, we sorted by playtime and then...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it kind of goes alphabetical by time not played, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. Huh?
I did look through all of them, though.
Yeah.
So, we got a good one for you.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So we'll go on to the beer. So we're going to challenge you to the Wolly Bugger by Howe Sound Brewing. And it's a barley wine.
Nice.
So we'll let you open that up while I read about the beer.
We had a Howe Sound on here, haven't we, before?
No, I don't think we've had a Howe Sound yet. Again, you're
Are we-
thinking this is the whole Rogue situation all over again. Or you thought we talked about the Rogue before.
I am even more confident that there's been a Howe Sound beer on here before.
Maybe.
Whatever.
There's a possibility, but this one's a limited edition special release for winter 2014.
Hey, I got
It's
it.
got a rate beer rating of 98.
Wow.
So the highest rated beer I think we've had on the show. Even the brewery I think was only like a 96 or 97. So this would be the highest rated beer we've had. Beer Advocate only gave it an 89, but their info was from 2011 or something.
So like a previous release of this.
Yeah, so a previous release of it.
Okay.
So it's 11% alcohol by volume, 75 IBUs.
What?
Description of the beer: it's a rich, malty barley wine style ale with an intense. That's a weird typo they had on the site.
Depth of flavor?
Depth of flavor. Named for the Wolly Bugger wet fly, one of the most effective and widely used patterns in fly fishing. Brewed with pale crystal, Cara, chocolate, and special bee malts, nugget, fuggles, and golden hops,
The greatest. Mine's got that, too.
water, and ale yeast.
So good.
Nice.
11% alcohol? Seriously, guys. I'm like a tiny Asian kid. You're trying to get me so drunk?
You don't have to drink it all. Make sure to save some for the cheers at the end.
Oh, it's not bad.
Yeah?
It was actually really good.
Doesn't feel like 11%?
Which is worse. I'm pretty sure I'm fine.
That's good. Quick description of the brewery. So, I just grabbed off the site. Over a century ago, breweries dotted British Columbia's landscape. Hop farming flourished, and the Squamish Valley Hop Ranch supplied hops to the British Empire. With the advent of Prohibition, the number of breweries and hop farms dwindled. By the 1970s, only a few large breweries remained. In 1980, BC's John Mitchell and Frank Appleton pioneered North America's first modern craft brewery at Horseshoe Bay on BC's spectacular Howe Sound. This began what has become known as the craft brewing renaissance. So I think you're right. I remember talking about, especially with John Mitchell being kind of considered the grandfather. So yeah, I think we have had a Howe Sound before.
With any luck, that's the first of 2 bets I'll win today.
So, would you recommend it?
I mean, at 11%? It's good. It's got a lot of flavor to it. I don't drink beer. I don't drink, actually. It's very rare that I do, and when I do, I completely go over the limit. But
Oh, this will help with that, I think.
yeah, no, it's got a nice, like, as soon as you mentioned chocolate, it's like you can smell it in the beer.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to give it a whiff and a taste. I'm sure you guys have already had it. Have you had it?
No, I haven't had this. No. Have you had it, Joe?
No, I haven't had. It's one I've been holding on to since around Christmas time.
Huh.
And I was debating if I should give it to you as a challenge, if I should just drink it myself.
Or give it to the inexperienced beer drinker, you know.
But I figured because you are inexperienced, and like, so most inexperienced beer drinkers are going to go for their Canadians or Kokanese or Budweiser, right? So why not just throw somebody in head first into like...
That's right. It's actually very smooth. He's right. It doesn't taste like 11%. And you can definitely
It is complex.
chocolate.
It has a lot of flavors bouncing around in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's we had the barley wine from Phillips during the countdown to Christmas, and I did not enjoy that.
I didn't enjoy that at all. This
is
is not
a
your
whole
typical
new
barley
level.
wine. I've had a
Whole
few
new
barley wines, and this one definitely is more malty.
Yeah.
A lot of malts in it. Very, like they say, a very rich malty drink. So,
Speaking of malts, so I got you guys the Hobgoblin from the Witchwood Brewery, and they're pretty much a brewery based in the UK. The brewery itself has been around for about 150 years or something like that, but not always under the Witchwood name. So the Hobgoblin itself, if I remember correctly, and it's not too bad, it's got chocolate in it, and also has like crystal malts, whatever that means.
just different types of malts. There's the chocolate malt and there's the crystal malt.
Yeah, and when you were explaining your Howe Sound, it was saying the same kind of
Same kind of malts, yeah.
yeah,
So kind of interesting that both of our beers are
fuggles and sorry, that's the funniest.
sharing different hops and malts.
It's the funniest hop.
They call it the full-bodied and well-balanced with
Ruby
a distinct
beer.
chocolate toffee malt flavor.
Yeah,
Nice. I've seen this on the shelf, but I haven't picked it up yet. So.
I think Joe said he's tried it before.
I have had it before, but it was quite a while ago, and I totally don't remember the taste, so it's good to...
Cheers. Sorry.
Cheers. Right in front of Daryl's face.
Yeah, no problem.
Very nice.
I got it.
Very smooth.
Very easy drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to dive into more of the brewery itself, so it's based in Whitney, England, some town in England. Supposedly, it's like it's been brewing for centuries. But it first began for the line of this. One of the guys, Clinch's brewery has been around since 1841, but it was sold off in like the early 60s and closed down when it was reopened later by one of an English brewer who was trained in Germany, and his name was Paddy Glenn, and he had he turned it into Eagle Glenny, I think is what the name of the brewery was named.
Okay.
And then from there, Paddy Glenny had sold it off with to someone else and one of his older partners, Chris Moss. And yeah, the beer was pretty much just made for a local landlord's wedding, and it's pretty much been the base of Witchwood's brewery. So it's pretty interesting. I don't really read into all that much, but after reading this, there's a lot of like back and forth of being up and then selling and then closing
There's
down.
another beer that we had quite early on in our show that I think I had for you, that it changed hands quite often and then finally settled in like 2000 to one hand, and then they've been doing really well with it.
I remember that. I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, I can't recall what it was, but if you guys know, definitely email us or tweet us, let us know.
Remind us about our own show.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, very easy drinking. It looks intense, kind of, from the bottle, but not at all. It's quite enjoyable.
Yeah, the design of it was definitely one thing that caught my eye.
Yeah.
Especially being sort of a gamer and introduced into tabletop gaming and reading into that, seeing a goblin on it, it's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's very smooth, very easy drinking.
Have you tried it?
I have not tried
Wanna
it.
try it?
Sure.
If you like red ales, definitely pick this one up. It's definitely one to try. It's got a nice maltiness to it.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't know which one I would prefer. Actually, I would probably prefer the Hobgoblin.
Interesting, because I think I'd prefer the barley wine.
But then after
No,
a glass of
okay.
each, you might change your mind, right?
Yeah,
So,
probably.
Probably.
If I had to drink multiple of them, I'd pick the Hobgoblin.
yeah, I think the
for sure.
Hobgoblin, you could, if you really wanted to, sit down and drink 6 throughout a day.
It's
Lazy Sunday or something.
5.2%
Yeah,
rather
it's
than
not as
4%.
heavy.
The Wolly Bugger, I think, is too much going on. Just a little too
Yeah.
much activity in your mouth, and you think you get tired of it pretty quick.
Yeah, for sure.
You fatigue off of it. Well, that'll do it for our beers. We'll go into our game reviews.
Sure. So we're going to review the games that Joe challenged to me and I challenged to Joe first, and then we'll get into...
The new challenges
The
where
new
we include Daryl.
challenges. Yeah.
So we'll start with your game. I challenge you to Transformers:
That's right.
The War for Cybertron.
So this is the game that we both knew as... Have you played this, by the way?
No, I own it. Why would I play it?
Yeah, that's right. Did you see the trailer for it?
I have seen when it first came out. I was pretty excited for it,
Yeah.
That's
and then
right.
it fell off the map.
So it was the same for both of us. We
Yeah.
saw the trailer, and we were...
Super stoked, and then
Super stoked for
didn't
it.
have any idea when it was going to release. And then it just released under the radar, and then totally forgot about it.
So I was expecting it to be quite poor because of this. But,
Okay.
because why else would it not be really popular, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a chance to get Transformers right rather than the movie remakes.
Oh man,
We'll blame Michael Bay for that.
Yeah.
Hopefully he had nothing to do with the video game.
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
But, no, I think it flew under the radar because it was kind of like... Not very interesting.
Okay.
So, you start out playing as the Decepticons for the first half of the game.
Okay.
And then you switch sides later on. You can play as all the different characters. You can play as Megatron. You can play as like Barricade and all that.
Okay.
Starscream. But it's very simple. Like there's nowhere to explore. But so you're on rails the whole time,
Okay.
destroying things. And the storyline isn't too bad. It's actually pretty interesting. I haven't finished it, but it's nothing really new with it. It's not a whole lot of variety. Even with like the enemies themselves, it's kind of the same thing throughout. So
Kind
it's
of
not
like
very,
Serious Sam style, just like the same enemies coming towards you, kind of
pretty
thing.
much.
Yeah.
So you're just blowing your way through it. But one thing they did really get right was the transitions between your like vehicle mode and your
Yeah.
fight mode. I don't know what they call it.
it would
Just
be
like battle
auto.
stance
It would
and
be
travel
the
stance.
the bot mode, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got some cool videos of that, and that actually was probably the best part. Is like when you're flying around as Starscream, and then you transition and you slam on the ground after flying through the air and start blowing things up.
It's like a
That is a lot of
satisfying
fun.
like
Yeah.
slam to the ground, just like
Yeah.
yeah, nice.
And you just like feel powerful. Like
Yeah.
I think this game is geared towards like a younger audience.
Okay.
Like back when you were younger watching Transformers and thought how awesome this would be.
Yeah.
I think this would be the greatest game ever.
Yeah.
But just like getting older, it's too simple. And,
Expect a little bit more.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's pretty much all I have to say. It's a short review this time, but so let's get into your game. I challenge you to Just Cause 2.
Just Cause 2, yeah. So tried to play it. Really felt it wasn't my style of game.
Really?
There's something about it. I can't pinpoint what it is about the game, but there's just something about it I just did not like. I just couldn't really get into it. I think the multiplayer like mayhem you can get into being an open world game, like the stuff you could like spawn in and just do really weird things, I think would be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But the single player campaign, it felt a lot to me like Mercenaries 2, where like they just gave you like just bullshit missions to do because you're a mercenary, and just there's no depth to them at all.
No,
I
not
just
at all.
yeah, I didn't.
You don't play the game for depth though. That's
Yeah, but even the mechanics, like trying to do like the first like mission you do is you're supposed to go into this like I don't know, it's supposed to be a Soviet camp or something, and you have to like blow up like these SAM installations.
Why?
Because
Just cause.
yeah, just cause.
that's right.
That's pretty much the game is what it is. Just it's not just cause, it's just cause.
Just cause.
Yeah,
You gotta do this. Why? Just cause.
So for me, I was like, it's kind of weird, and like the character I was playing as, I'd never ever heard his voice. Like watching videos and stuff, I never ever heard his voice. But when you play single player, you hear his voice right away, and I was like I didn't like his voice. I was like, it just seems so hokey pokey, out of place compared to like who he's working with and stuff. It just totally threw me off, and I just couldn't get into it. So I didn't play a whole lot, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and just really had no interest in getting back into it. I got as far as doing the casino mission, rescuing the guy, failing when he's like trying to escape on his truck because I ran out of ammunition. And once you run out of ammunition, there's nothing you can do. You can try and jump to the other like vehicles, but then you can't do anything. If it's just a driver there, you can like take over the vehicle. That's fine.
Yeah.
But if there's a guy that's like on the passenger side and he comes out with his like submachine gun, and you got nothing to defeat him with, like you can't do anything. So in the footage you'll see I'm playing this like cat and mouse game on the front of the escort's truck. Like, going to the top, going to the back, going back to the front, in front, like, of the grill, going back on top, going to the side, like, just trying to avoid bullet fire and confuse the people chasing us so that they would end up, like, doing something stupid and crash into a tree or something. Because they're like, oh, you guys are about to, like, do something, but I don't do it. And so, like, it just screwed up the AI. And that was the only way I could do it. Like, I failed once, and the second time, we got to our destination. And, like, when you get to your destination, it's like... it just instantly, everything just like cuts off. It's like, whatever just happened, now that you got to the check mark, none of that matters. You could have like 50 guys chasing you, as I had with like 50 cars chasing me. As soon as you get to a certain like checkpoint, everything just disappears and you're on like brand new world, like alternate universe.
I don't remember that happening, but
Oh, it happened so much. And so yeah, a game I just couldn't get into. It just wasn't fun for me.
fair enough.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to disagree on that one.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoyed it, but
Did you open up parachutes at least?
Yeah,
Jumping
I
off
did like the
mountains?
like grappling. You can do a combo where like you grapple and as you're pulling up, you can like go into your parachute and like does like a super like boost where you can get up higher on the spots, but only if there's like the spot you're connecting to is gonna end off soon. Like the casino is like a super tall building. I tried to do that move and it's just like I ended up just like bouncing off the wall, going the opposite way, and just like gliding down. It's like I had to turn around, re-grapple, and pull myself back up. And I found myself having to just do grapple up the tower rather than trying to do the grapple parachute boost. It just wasn't working really well for me. Yeah.
have you played it, Daryl?
Oh no, I've only seen
okay.
videos.
Yeah.
I
Like I've seen the videos where like someone like grapples like an airplane and like does like
Yeah.
really crazy shit. But like I said, I think that only happens in like multiplayer or something. Like I don't see it really happening in single player.
Yeah, no, I've never touched it before, but I've seen all the videos online at least where people just like are either like super grappling themselves across like continents basically.
Yeah, they just like boost like across countries and stuff.
And then just explosions with cars and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That's all I've seen of Just Cause.
Yeah.
That's all I remember about it, too.
So that'll wrap up reviews. So we'll do the challenges now.
Sure.
So you want to challenge Daryl first?
Or do we want to have him challenge us first?
What do you want to do?
Alright, I'm gonna do it then.
Okay.
So I picked this up and originally I was gonna give you guys Battle Block Theater because I actually love that game. It's
Okay.
awesome. Tons of fun with friends. But
So
after
he had to pick a game that both of Joe and I had that neither of us had played.
Yeah, so Joe owned it, but you didn't. So I was going to say, I have a copy, I can give it to you. But after picking this up, it reminded me of another game that I own, which is called Styx, Master of the Shadows, but neither of you guys own it. And it's basically...
Never even heard about it.
Yeah, I've never heard of it either.
It's basically a stealth game, and and you're this goblin, which is why Hobgoblin, and you're a goblin with like special powers. And so what ends up happening is he has these missions. Anyway, besides the point, you guys don't own it, so I'm not gonna bother with telling you guys to play it. But you both own Dishonored.
Nice.
So I don't know if you've ever I know you own it, but have you seen anything about that game?
I've seen maybe 30 seconds of a guy doing like a combo killing people. It was
Yeah.
actually a game I was planning to challenge Joe to very soon.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of funny because, like, actually, that was one of the games, like, last episode, I was like, I saw it, but I was like, no, I'm not ready yet to challenge you to that one, so that was just perfect that we both get to
This is
play
perfect,
Dishonored,
yeah.
Yeah, so I played it all the way through pretty much on release. One of my top games, probably of 2010 when it first came out. 2011.
It's not that old, is it?
2012, 2013, I think.
It's probably, yeah, actually,
it was,
probably
yeah.
end of 2012.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was my favorite game of that time and that time. And you're basically this, assassin dude with special powers. And it reminded me of Styx, so I definitely recommend you guys going through that. I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it.
I'm excited. I'm really excited
Yeah.
to try this. There's been some Sundays where I've had nothing to do where I've thought about picking it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only seen, like, I think, one video, and it was, like, a video of some guy, like, there was a guard that was, like, they're in a tower, I think, and there's a little bit of, like, a concrete plank. And the guard was just, like, standing at the end of it, like, just looking over the landscape, and the guy sneaks up and just, like, knocks him off. I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I
I think there's a lot of cool moments in the game that we'll stumble across.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went through both versions of it where you go completely passive and you go all stealth.
Yeah.
And then the other one is just like
balls to the
complete
wall,
mayhem.
super aggressive.
Yeah, because you even get a skill where you can mind control people, kind of thing.
Nice.
That's
So,
cool.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
pretty awesome.
So do you want to do something where you try one and I try the other, or
We could do that, yeah. Do you like playing more stealthy style, or are you more of like a
Balls to the
balls
wall.
to the wall?
I prefer the stealth style, but
I'll go balls to the wall then.
okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So, that'll wrap up the challenges.
No, we gotta challenge Daryll.
Oh yeah, what am I doing?
I gotta play something.
Yes.
So we had it narrowed down to a few.
It better not be one of those like crappy mystery blossom thing, because I own a few of those and I'm not too proud.
No,
All right.
although it's almost tempting now. Just
Nope. Nope.
So we got it narrowed down to a few, so we have kind of some backups just in case you played this game on Xbox.
Okay.
So it is available on Xbox.
All right.
We're challenging you to play Fear.
Oh God.
Have you played it?
I have touched it for maybe like 30 minutes, but I couldn't play through it. I'm not a baby. It's just very scary. Let's just say that.
Well, I'm sure since you've played Fear, you've played things like Amnesia, and you've
So I
played
played
other games.
I played Amnesia and I cleared it.
Yeah.
I played Outlast and there's no way I'm coming back to that game.
What about the new Aliens game? Have you played that one?
I played Aliens game and I just got frustrated because I was like, when is it gonna get scary? And it didn't.
I've heard that about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
maybe you'll be kind of trained for Fear now. You'll be able to
maybe.
get past the psycho little girl.
I'm
that
a little
appears.
I'm a little curious as to what your other suggestion would have been.
So the other
We had
one
a
we're
couple.
thinking of was Far Cry 3, which I think you've maybe played on console.
Nope,
No?
never touched
Never
it.
touched it? I know you would have loved him to play that because that's your like.
That is
favorite
one
game.
of my favorite games of all time.
That's why I didn't want to pick it for because I knew it was your favorite game, but I didn't want you picking just your favorite games. So I was
Fair
like,
enough.
and the other one was gonna be Prince of Persia: Sands of Time.
I haven't played that?
Not on Steam, anyways.
Yeah.
I know I've played-
You've got like 3 Prince of Persia games, and
Yeah, I know
Or
I've
3
played.
unplayed, I
I
guess.
played the new Prince of Persia.
Sands of Time came out around the same time as the
Oh, is this the movie?
Gyllenhaal movie.
Gyllenhaal?
Jake,
Yeah.
the Jake Gyllenhaal or however you
Oh,
say
I
his last
do
name.
own that game.
Yeah.
That's right. I was totally like, oh, I'm totally gonna play through this. I never got to it. All right,
So-
well,
so I played that Prince of Persia game, and I totally forgot about it until I saw it in your list. And you can like kind of reverse time if you screw up. Didn't use it once. If I died, I died. I just restarted.
Yeah. Fair enough.
all right. So it looks like I'm playing Fear.
Yep.
That's gonna be fun.
I really enjoyed Fear. I'd beat it when it came out.
Yeah, I think I
So-
played it for about an hour maybe when it first came out for 360. Played it for a little bit, and then yeah, like you, it just creeped me out with the stupid girl.
Maybe I'll do like face cam reaction nonsense.
That would be good, actually.
Oh,
That'd be really
God.
good.
I'll even play it at like 1 in the morning.
Nice. With
I'm sure you
dark
guys
all
will.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Daryll has a Twitch stream, so maybe we can
Yeah.
watch him play that.
maybe.
yeah. If he plays it on Twitch, we'll throw it up on the Twitter and the Facebook, so you guys can tune in if you're following.
Not gonna be fun.
I really liked it, to be honest. Because like there's like the scary part, and then like you go to like the action part where it's not scary at all,
Yeah,
and there's like kind of like a bullet time and all that, and then it goes back to the scary part where there's no action, just suspense. But
yeah.
I don't know if you ever watched Panic before.
No,
So back when machinimas were like starting to get like moving,
no.
the people at Rooster Teeth created a mini series called Panic. It's basically Fear, but Panic stands for people acting normal in crazy situations. Yeah, it's definitely a thing to look at. But yeah, it should be fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
even still, I highly recommend you play Far Cry 3.
Yeah,
It is so
I've been
fantastic.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to get to it. It's just it's a
Maybe we'll have
backlog.
to have him back. And
Yeah,
that.
if I haven't touched it by then, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
That wraps
So
up
that
the
really wraps up
challenges.
the challenges. Yeah. And nothing in the mailbag. Nothing to really announce other than next weekend we'll be at Mega FPS in Edmonton.
That's right.
And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks if we don't see you at the line.
That's right. Yep.
All right.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers out.
Cheers.